3-4, they got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Murray with a third and long. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Todd Gurley, 55 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. On the toss, it's Gurley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a first down on a gain of 10. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Lions are able to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack on first down, Murray flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mike Bennett, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And an alley to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Michael Kendricks just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Murray going to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Murray again, 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Gurley now, toss right. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up 1st downs.
A big run there by Gurley. 45 yards. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this one. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Dallas Goedert there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Now a pass dropped off here for James White. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he connects with Ertz. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 1st down, Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you have your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, Detroit. Todd Gurley, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Murray. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Another carry now for Gurley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Murray now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Murray now. He'll buy some time right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Michael Bannon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 11. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
390! 390! Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
50 to Mike. Here we go.
They'll try and pick up the 1st with Gurley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play.
Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Now on second down, this is Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, Detroit. Todd Gurley, 56 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. To throw, it's Murray. He completes it right side to White. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage, there to knock that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Bravo. 57.
Play fake. Murray. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Throwing on first down is Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Now Murray off play action. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Niners, they eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Gurley. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check back 15. Defense wins championships, baby. Check 24. Check 24. 12.
Now it's Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing, Rivers. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. On first down, it's Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card.